This module's video will be a little briefer than the normal video because I want to deal with a discussion of changes in how you complete each item in a module. A couple of weeks ago I instituted a change that requires you to A. complete each item in a module in the sequence in which it is displayed, and then complete all items before you can move on to the next module. The purpose of this was to be sure that students were not skipping any of the steps, which would be to your lack of benefit. This change caused an unexpected problem for a few students, mainly the ones that I instituted it for. First, there was a suggestion that the assignments be placed before the quiz. I polled the students through a discussion item and most of the responses supported this change. Therefore, in the next module that I publish, it can't happen immediately because some modules are already published, I will change the order with the assignments before the quiz. The second most important problem is that some students have not completed some of the last items in the module before the due date. Therefore, they can't move on to the next module because they have not completed all items, and they cannot complete the last item because it's past the due date. This means that I must A. be informed of the problem by the student, and then I must open up the uncompleted items for that student. This causes a delay for the student moving on to the next module, and most importantly, it wastes a lot of my time. Both of those are very important items. I want to stress that you all have been told in every module that you must complete all items in a module before you can move to the next module. The changes I made just simply reinforced what you've been told all along. To deal with this problem, I'm not going to change the sequence and the completion requirement for the items. However, I will enable the last few items in the module to remain open for 1 week after the due date. However, you need to know that anything submitted after the due date will be flagged, and I will not give any grade for whatever is submitted. I post the module work approximately 2 weeks before the due date to give each of you plenty of time to complete each module. There really is no excuse for not doing your work on time. I do not want to see anyone having to submit anything after the due date, even though there is a week available for emergencies. I will take a very dim view of any student that misses the due date, and if it happens more than once, I'll take corrective action. Now on to the quiz for this module. You will only get one try on the exam, so consider your answers carefully before submitting the quiz. The quiz also includes a matching question in place of one of the multiple choice questions. This is a question that's similar to the one on the midterm exam. The question is worth 1 point, like each of the other questions in the quiz. So if you miss one of the matching items, it will only cost you 0.2 points. With regard to your homework for Chapter 10, the Apply Your Skills homework, the checksum information in the assignment is for the profit and loss by week report, which you will be creating at the end of the exercises. Be sure to run the report for the months of May 2016 and June 2016. This date is very important. You will get the incorrect checksum for the total if you don't run both months. The best way to run those months is to go from May 1st, 2016 to June 30th, 2016. Since you are not creating any transactions in this exercise, the total net income of minus $7,477.60 will not be in error unless you use the wrong date. Your short report should show also the 9 weeks that you created this custom report for. The last item is the discussion for Chapter 10 with your feedback and comments. And as usual, share with me and the other students any comments, questions, and suggestions that you might have relating to the tasks in this module. Remember that the due date for the discussion is also included in our requirements, so that participation is required by 11/13, and there will be a 1 week extension, as I mentioned above. Be sure to post your feedback and comments before the due date. Thank you and have a good time with this module.